Okay, next step. Let's go ahead and loosen these screws. And push our plexiglass down now. Remember, it's up an eighth of an inch. Yours might be a ½ inch. I don't know what you're using to bend, but anyway, let's go ahead and push it down, get it flush. And now we're going to use our piece of copper. So, we're going to need to get our clamps back in position. Slide the copper in. A little tight right now. We're going to heat it up again and we're going to pull it down some more. I'm just putting pressure on the pipe now to pull it down, but I'm not really forcing it. We're going to hit it with heat. We're going to bring it down. Again, you won't be able to hear over the heat gun here, but if you watch closely, you'll see what I'm doing. Now, what I want to do is I want to bend this at an angle of 130 or 50 degrees, just depending on where you're measuring from. I've got this cute little protractor here that's probably $1 at a dime store, but it works just great. I've already got it set up, and you'll see me use it here in just a second. First thing I'm going to do again, apply heat to this. I'm going to tighten this down to pull it down flush, and I'm going to start the bend back over here. And then I'll check the bend, I'll take the heat off, let it cool, and we'll trim it up and we'll be done. Okay, it's getting close to temp now, so I'm going to go ahead and bring these screws down a little bit more. Allowing this copper pipe to press down on there a little further. And we'll start. I've been working this back side, which you haven't seen, along with this front side, so it should be pretty close to being there temp-wise. As you can see, this is starting to come up a little bit. That's a good sign. Something a little bit cooler to the touch now. We'll go back to heat. By the way, using about 570 degrees. You can use whatever you like. Colder is going to take longer. Hotter, you're going to have to be a little faster. Let's get this heated back up. I'm sure these aluminum strips acted as a heat sink to some degree. Starting to get pliable here. I can't overemphasize how important it is to try and get heat on both sides. It just, not that it won't work the other way, it's just a lot quicker. See, I got my clamps a little too low. That's what you get these home videos. I like to grab this and pull on it a little bit too to help get a uniform bend. Again, it wouldn't matter if you got off a little bit, but okay, we're to the right. We're to the right temp now, and quickly. I just put my gauge on here. I'm going to spot what you guys can see here. good right there. Then we'll let it cool. Okay, I spun this around here so you can get a little bit better look, but as you can see, this is pretty square with the plane there. Again, if you're off 1 or 2 degrees, it's not going to matter. Okay, so now we can go ahead, loosen our clamps, or our screws, pardon me. Slide copper out. Remember, it's going to be a little warm. Alright, here's your piece. This is the start of the thing right here. Okay, now we're just simply down to the trim part. You see how this fits on here? We have a little bit of overhang here. Simple enough. Just make a mark by the edge. One by that edge. And we'll trim it down. Okay, now that you've trimmed it up, it should look something like this. I've rounded the edges. Of course, I've relieved the edges also. I should probably speak to that quickly, but what you should do to keep it from cracking later on is take a pocket knife and run it on your sharp edges like this. That will relieve the stress that is in the material itself. Anyway, you've noticed that I've drilled a couple of holes on this side already. So now I just simply place this over it. You can take marks a lot and mark it. And it's just a matter of drilling it out. I do want to point out a special bit is required. If you don't, you're going to break this whole piece. I'll show you just a second here. Okay, this is the difference between your plastic drill bit. I don't know if you can see how pointed that is versus your regular metal bit. See the tip there, how pointed this guy is compared to this? If you use a metal bit, what it's going to do is it's going to get started and it's going to pull. And it's going to pull through so quickly and hard, it's going to pull the piece up and break it. After this, I don't think you want to go through that. Anyway, here we are on my mark. These holes must also be relieved. If you don't have a fluting tool, then use a large size bit, a regular bit. Run it in there quickly, just like this. That will deburr your holes, relieve the stress. And you're good to go. I'll stick the screws in this and show you the final product. Okay, voila, this is it. You do not want to use any beveled head screws here. Again, just like with the wood, it's going to go in there and split the wood. You want to have a pan head, flat screw. Also, note, this is just emblematic of the real screws. You probably want to use shorter ones. You do have a line of wires that run across here. Whatever screw you use, be sure after you've screwed it through there once and tap